I want to talk about something a lot of people have been asking me recently because LinkedIn has hit 1 billion users. It's got busy. So, how do you attract great clients that want to pay you more, that get you, that understand you, and they're just the perfect people that you want to work with? Because do you know what? It's not the answer that you're going to expect. And I haven't scripted this video. Why have I not scripted this video? Because it's nothing but a personal story on how I learned this and how I learned this the hard way. And it's in this video, I'm going to talk you through exactly what you need to do. And there's not going to be a tactic in sight because it doesn't come down to tactics. But before I do, let me just tell you the story of how this works. Because back in 2018, 2019, I was frantically trying to grow my business. I had just left my job as an English teacher in the British Council in Colombia. I had a young son called Sam, and I knew that I had to get this business going. I had to get it going. I was really, really desperate at that point to make money, because if I didn't make money, I wouldn't be able to pay the bills and I would be failing in my role as a father. So do you know what I did? I went to LinkedIn, which we're all on now. And I started sending loads and loads of messages, trying to book loads and loads of calls. And in the course of trying to book these messages, I came across messages that I received that I didn't like. I saw content that I received that I didn't like. I saw people saying things and posting things that I didn't like. And because I was, a young gun, I had all this ego in my head. And also maybe because I was at this point of desperation, I felt compelled to share my opinion on these stories, to share my view on these things I didn't agree with. So maybe you've got this awful sales message that you don't feel good about. I started sharing the post with the individual named on it. And I was like, well, what do you, and asking people what they thought about it. And do you know what the crazy thing was? I got loads and loads of engagement. Everyone jumped on and started engaging. It was like the only thing I can kind of compare it to. It's like one of those public hangings that you see in the medieval war movies, right? There's this person. How dare he try and sell? How dare he write this? And everyone jumps on it. And I felt really good and my engagement went up. But do you know what? My sales and my clients didn't go up. And in fact, what happened was I started attracting people that I didn't really want to work with. They were negative people. They were people who I didn't want in my world or in my universe, because we all know you are a factor of the people you spend the time with. And so I went back to my my mentor at the time. It was a guy called Simon. And he looked at me, he's like, "You did what?" And I said, "Yeah, I shared all these posts and all this stuff, right?" And he's like, "Mark, like, why are you doing this?" And I said, "I thought you'd get me clients." And he looked at me and he said just a simple sentence, and this sentence stays with me to this day. He said, "Mark, in business and in life, we don't attract who we want, we attract who we are." And bear in mind, I'm still like late 30s. I'm like, that sounds really deep and profound, Simon. What does that actually mean when it comes to LinkedIn? He said, "Well, it means this, Mark. If you're posting negatively, if you're criticizing individuals and naming them in public, then you're going to attract a load of people who enjoy negativity, who are not attracted to a positive vibe, and who are not attracted to positivity." And I said, "Okay, I'm starting to get this. What do I do instead?" He said, "Look, Mark, I know it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating to get sold to. I know it's frustrating to see things you don't agree with. I know it's frustrating to see people who you believe you're better than getting results, but it's not the way to grow. It's the short-term game, Mark, and people can't see past their nose. What you need to do instead is believe that a rising tide raises all boats." And in fact, there was a greater man than both of us that said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And I know that sounds cheesy AF, but as soon as I started doing this and just started speaking to my value system and being the person I wanted to be and showing up on social media, knowing that my son and my daughter would see this in 10 years, 20 years time, that's when I started attracting the right clients. And the reason I tell you this, there's a reason I tell you this, because I got a little bit of heat on a post. And I'm going to be linking this video on the post because there's a guy going around. I don't know what his name is. He doesn't even dare reveal his surname, right? And kudos to him. He's doing what he thinks right in the world. But he's actually highlighting all the people he believes are involved in pods on LinkedIn. What's a pod? A pod is an engagement pod. A pod is somebody that games the system to get likes and comments. Now, do I agree with that? No, I don't agree with that. I think everything should be done organically. But I tell you what I agree with even more. I agree with positivity, and I agree with spending my finite and limited energy, because I'm now 42 years of age. And if you're over 40 years of age, you know you don't have the energy like you used to, right? I only have limited energy, and I want to spend that on positivity and light and bringing people up. And when I do this, I get great clients. So don't fall into the trap of being negative about pods, of being negative about other people. Make sure you stick to your value system, because again, remember, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.